Hello and welcome to this first installment of the spring 2007 quarter of Banana Slug News. I'm Frank Nunez.
And I'm Christina Bishai. We have an array of news from the campus community, so let's get started with our top story. 420, a staple of UCSC culture, has come and gone. With a recap of the day's events and the specific controversies surrounding this year's festivities, here is BSN's Kane Lynch.
Some remember it as Hitler's birthday, others the anniversary of the Columbine shooting. For the Baha'i, it marks the beginning of the Festival of Ridvan, and to Catholics, the liturgical feast of St. Agnes of Montepulciano. But for Santa Cruz students, April 20th has long held a different delineation. For as long as most can remember, the Porter Meadow has been the home to unmitigated reefer revelry on the so-called holiday. But for 2007, the administration has taken a new tactic to halt the Bacchanalia of Bud.
We're asking students not to gather here today because of events from last year. If you're not students here, we're going to ask you to, please leave campus. But this is not a public area, and this isn't a gathering area, so we're going to ask you to leave.
We're students here. Let's go, guys.
Even students. So.
All right.
Can we play frisbee? We just want to play some frisbee. Frisbee's pretty badass.
If you're going to play frisbee, please play it at the Opers field.
All right.
This is not a safe area for that.
Why the change from previous years?
Well, the main point is that we expect our students to obey state and federal laws and campus regulations every day of the year, and there's no exceptions for any other days.
But there wasn't any enforcement out here last year, right?
Actually, I wasn't here last year, so I'm not exactly sure what the situation was last year. I know that there were a lot of off-campus people who were here. There was a lot of traffic. There was a lot of safety concerns. And one of the things the chancellor has said is that safety is paramount.
He's only an acting chancellor right now, and he's making the push to be a full-time chancellor. I think he wants to come down hard, be a law and order chancellor and make sure that he's putting all us crazy hippies in line.
Hello. So you can't hang out here, right?
Right.
Okay, thanks.
So are people not allowed to stay out here at all today, even if they're not doing anything marijuana related?
Well, there's no university-sanctioned event here. People obviously can walk through, but there's no event, so there's no reason for anybody to stay.
I'd say it's actually largely appropriate given the current laws. I mean, they have an obligation to follow state and federal laws.
There's no university-sanctioned event, and so we're asking people to keep moving.
I understand there's not an event, but if someone comes out, you won't let them just sit out here?
We really don't want people staying here today because there were people coming who thought there was an event, and there's no university event.
What were you expecting when you came here today?
I was expecting a few people out here. I really came for the band that I thought would be playing.
There's no event here scheduled, university-sanctioned event scheduled.
As far as I know, it's been going on for years, so it's pretty surprising.
I know there's been some, among some people's mind, a thought that it was a tradition, but it really isn't. There's never been a university-sanctioned event here.
I think it speaks poorly on the Santa Cruz population if all you're doing is smoking weed and there's thousands of people here, but then when there's a legitimate police presence and there's the presence of repression and authority, that it's able to scare people away.
This guy can't stop everyone.
Okay, but it's me or the police. Your choice.
No, this year there was a desire to make it clear that there is no event here and that people shouldn't be expecting that there is one. And we're expecting our students to obey all relevant laws, and that's the end of the story.
As Guy has just said, the story ends here. As the would-be stoners pack up their bongs and their gear, it seems suddenly, utterly, ineffably clear the 420 Fest will not come this year. This is Kane Lynch. Back to you. What's that noise?
Don't tread on me!
Well, there you have it. What started off as a police patrolling panorama has now become a mighty marijuana panorama. Back to you in the studio.